52 laps complete. Dale Earnhardt Jr. the leader over Brian Vickers and Jimmy Johnson. You're riding with Kenny Wallace. That's Kurt Busch alongside. Do the math, folks. Here are the biggest movers in this race. And look at Matt Kenseth, who restarted 39th on lap 40, and he's made it up into the top 10.
And you know, Mike and Larry, I know that Dale Jr. like to win this race today because Thursday is Dale Earnhardt Day up at the DEI, and it's Dale's birthday. And, of course, they got a victory yesterday in the Busch race. Probably like to take one home and make a great week for him.
Trouble, Darrell. Joe Nemechek way off the pace, way up high. A car almost got into him, but Nemechek was able to stay clear and got out of trouble.
I think something had been going on with that car for about the last lap or two. He almost got into Matt Kenseth in the 17 car just about a half a lap ago. I think we'll see it right here. It's coming off turn 4.
Oh, he got forced in there by the 77 car. Made a little contact with Brendan there, and that forced Nemechek down into Kenseth.
3 wide for the lead. They think it's a tire on Nemechek. He will pit as the battle for the lead is 3 abreast. And remember, Chad, we're junk today. Knaus, there's his car. Jimmy Johnson going for the lead.
I'm going to tell you who else is there going for the lead. How about Ward Burton in that 0 car right there? I know he had a great qualifying run, but just remember our pit guys had talked about he was running hot. They pulled all the tape off that car. He almost lost the lead draft not that many laps ago, and there he is sitting there battling for the lead with these guys. Steve Burns.
Yeah, Larry, we just checked in the pits, and they did, in fact, take every piece of tape off that grill that they could. The temperatures have come back down. The problem he's going to have now, though, is he has got to stay sucked up in the draft all day long. Jeannie?
Well, Joe Nemechek, just a few laps back, started to notice something was going on with the car, and as it turned out, he was absolutely right. That left front tire completely cut down.
Nemechek is back on track, and he's going to get overhauled by the lead draft before he gets up to speed. He'll go a lap down, and that lead draft is 39 cars long.
But you know, Larry, I see these guys tape up these noses and fix them and repair them with pieces. It looks to me like taking tape off doesn't hurt a thing.
Well, we saw it yesterday in the Busch race with Kyle Busch. Now, Joe Nemechek's situation is pretty much a mirror of what happened to Ricky Rudd earlier in the race. And right now we've got 41 cars on the lead lap. Joe would be 42. So very well he should be able to get that free pass should we get a caution.
It looks to me like the old 23 car has come to life. That'd be the 8 and the 15.
8 and 15, 23. I thought you were talking about Blaney. And they get you the 23, Darrell. Dave Blaney.
Sorry about that.
You know, we got more cars with body damage at this stage in the race than we had at the checkered flag at Martinsville last week.
See Ricky Craven in the Tide car right there coming back out on the racetrack. It was reported that he had a broken rocker arm. Now he will be back out there, but he'll be 53 laps down, just trying to make circles and see what happens.
Well, the way that thing was smoking, Larry, out the tailpipe, I would have never believed they could fix it.
Me either.
But a third of the way through this race, all 43 cars are out on the racetrack, and 41 to 42 of them are on the lead lap.
20 lead changes. We're not even close to halfway. Nick Berger.
Car number 25, Brian Vickers, started all the way back in the 39th position. And you talk to the mechanics here in the garage area, and they'll tell you there's almost nothing that they can do to a car to fix it, make it better because of NASCAR's tight rules. But guess what? Right now, Vickers has just taken the lead. His crew chief this morning, Peter Suspenzo, told me that all he did was work on the motor a little bit, tune it up, work on the tailpipes, work on the cowl, and wow, he's leading. This kid, by the way, is only 20 years old.
And speaking of wow, how about Matt Kenseth, that 17 car? Here we are at lap 57 on lap 21. He was backwards across the finish line. Here he's up there bidding for the lead.
My experience has been, Larry, you can fix them better at the track during the race than you can when you get here with them.
Yes, you can.
That's right. Fix them at the track. You don't have to go back through inspection
right.
when you fix them in the middle of the race. Looking back from second place, Dale Earnhardt Jr. at his teammate, Michael Waltrip, at Matt Kenseth and Jimmy Johnson. Brian Vickers hauls them around Talladega in that Hendrick Chevy.
Boy, Michael just drove down under Dale Jr. and I don't know if he can slide up in front of him or not, but he's trying to get down there with Vickers.
This is 8, the first car outside with 29 and 31 helping him. 17, 48 with you.
But Darrell, what I'm seeing, you talk about fixing these race cars during the race. What I see these teams doing, they're much better prepared to make repairs on their race car. They have half noses, center of the noses. It's not just trying to tape it back up anymore.
No, they know that they're going to have contact here. They know they're going to bump draft. They're going to hurt the noses. Maybe they need pieces, extra pieces here, probably more than they do even at Martinsville.
How about Brian Vickers, last year's Busch Series champion?
He was trying to put the block on Michael right there in the 15 car, Michael Waltrip.
He's only got a couple of races here under his belt.
Kenseth looks like he's off the pace again.
He is, Darrell. He's below the yellow line and
slowing down, yeah. Something's wrong. I think he's got a little blue smoke coming out of the back of that thing.
The defending Cup champion down on the apron, Matt Kenseth.
That didn't have the look of a tire. It may be, but it looked more like it was more terminal than that.
Just remember, Roush Yates' engine, if this is an engine problem, Elliott Sadler had an engine problem yesterday right at the tail end of happy hour.
And the Fox tracker showed he was coasting. Jimmy Johnson 2 wheels below the yellow line, but he was trying to get straightened out after contact with Tony Stewart.
He did not advance his position. No. As long as you don't advance your position, or if you give it right back, it's not a penalty. No harm, no foul.
And talking about Kenseth, remember that Mark Martin and I think it was Jeff Burton had engine problems at Daytona.
Matt?
You can add the 17-inch, that list from Daytona. The 17 crew guys are packing up their pit. They're saying the engine is done.
Oh boy. Just remember, he came in here third in the points.
You don't get many points when you finish last.
It takes 1 week to lose them. It can take a month or so to get them back.
Michael Waltrip, the leader at Talladega. The Aaron's $4.99 on Fox is brought to you by Ford, the official truck of NASCAR. By Coca-Cola, let's make it real. And by McDonald's.
Man, he almost.
Hook family of drivers in this race. Michael Waltrip out front. Kevin Harvick fifth. Tony Stewart in the top 10. And a big trouble for Dave Blaney in that unsponsored Bill Davis Dodge. Came here with high hopes.
It like to have been big trouble for about 20 other cars.
Oh man, right in the middle of this crowd back here. He just went up the hill when that tire let go.
Everybody behind him had to check up. We stay green, but you'll be able to see that it has completely split this field in half. The cars that were in front of Blaney at the incident and the cars that were behind and had to scatter. Watch the 23.
Here he comes right up there. Oh man.
Blaney has a new tire. He's back on track. Watch the 77. Gone.
Man, that 30 car was gone. I think that may be where he cut his. I don't know. It could be. Maybe that's where his tire got cut down.
Well, let's watch from Johnny Sauter and listen.
Yeah,
knocked
right
the fender
there.
into it.
Exactly. Knocked the fender right into it. That's exactly where it started smoking.
Man, a picture's worth 1,000 words, isn't it, Larry?
Yes, it is.
We're on it. Well, Artie and Neil are on it.
Well, great thanks to our Fox cameramen and the replay producers, the folks back in the tape room. It's a lot to keep up with here, and congratulations to our entire NASCAR on Fox crew, winner of the Sports Emmy for Technical Team Remote. What it takes to get all this to the track and get it on the air to you is a Herculean production, and well done, everybody. Dave
Blaney's got more problems because he's back to pit road again. But Matt Yoakum, how about the man running in second right now?
A great run going so far, Larry Mack, and you might have noticed he keeps kind of peeking out, getting a little bit of cool air into that radiator. Jeff telling Robbie Loomis, his crew chief, the temperatures are starting to climb. He keeps trying to peek out to cool off that radiator and that engine. Now keep an eye on when this team pits in about 7 laps. They may pull some tape off that grill.
Well, I was just going to say, we are about a third of the way through this race, and we're then about 4, 5, 6 laps of our first green flag stop. And Jeff Hammond, you've been here many times before. What's going on pit road right now is teams trying to make deal, find out if their partners that they're drafting with are you going to change 2 tires or 4 tires.
Turn 4.
Caution is out, though.
Ward Burton is blown up.
And just remember, that motor got awfully hot earlier in the race when he was running warm.
4th caution of the day at lap 67 in a race that's already had 22 lead changes among 15 drivers. Jeannie, please.
Well, guys, catching up with Matt Kenseth. I'm listening to you as you're driving in. I'm listening to the radio, and even at that moment, you're not wanting to give up. You're asking, is there a chance that we can go back out? But obviously, you're done for the day.
Yeah, something happened to the engine. I think we maybe burned a piston or hurt a piston somehow or something, and it blew up. So it's unfortunate. I feel real bad. That first wreck, that could have been major. I'm glad I didn't mess up too many people's days, but that was at least 90% my fault. I tried getting behind Kurt and pushing Kurt, and I was too close to Kevin and got in his door and spun myself out. So I feel bad about that, and I'm thankful that no other cars really got wrecked too bad.
Any warning this was going?
Just missed a little bit right here, just like we did last year. Here we were running third or fourth, and the motor blew up. So we were about at the finish line, and it had a little burp to it, and then I just pulled off to the bottom, and it blew up. So the motor program's been really great. We got awesome power this year. It's been really fun to drive these cars. They're just going to have these problems now and then.
Used to seeing the defending champ top 10, not today.
Well, Matt Kenseth 2 races ago was the point leader. He's going to leave here about 150 points out of the lead. Ward Burton had finished 12 races in a row at Talladega coming into this one.
And I know that's a single car team right there, but remember that is a Hendrick engine, and when one lets go like that, the engine guys get a little nervous about the rest of them.
Ward Burton brings out the 4th caution of the day at Talladega. You're watching NASCAR on Fox. Fourth caution of the day at Talladega. Michael Waltrip leads everybody down pit road for stops. Matt?
Jeff Gordon makes his way in. Look for them to pull as they do. Curioni pulls a piece of tape off the grill. Ford tire change for Jeff Gordon. No adjustments on the 24, Steve.
Matt Kevin Harvick says his car is fast. He's going to take 4 tires. No other adjustments for Harvick. Meanwhile, Michael Waltrip, they had contemplated 2 only, but they will take 4. Robbie Gordon will take left sides only. Dick.
Junior's going to take 4 tires as well. He has not said anything at all today about the handling of his race car. His conversation has been exclusively about what other people are doing on the speedway. Slow in the left rear corner. Very slow in the left rear corner. Lots of folks being hurt out.
He comes out about 9th, Dick. 37 lead lap cars make pit road a congested place. There goes another tire out in front of Kenny Schrader, and Biffle just misses it. There's the race off pit road.
And the reason those times vary so much is what I'm seeing. Half the guys are changing 2 tires, half the guys are changing 4 tires. If your car's not right, 4 tires is definitely the way to go, especially with this tire combination.
I'd get me 4 under caution always, in case I have to take 2 or none under green.
Especially this part of the race.
Yeah, this would be a great time to. You got to think about what you're going to do if the green flag stays. You got to make a green flag pit stops.
Elliott Sadler's crew is going to lose one that rolls gently and gets a little help from Kerry Earnhardt.
Okay.
Help the wrong way.
Greg Biffle in a 16 almost getting it, but Jeannie, I think we're the man that had rebounded nicely, but it just didn't work out.
Absolutely looked to be a promising day for Ward Burton. What happened out there?
I'm not really sure. The motor's been running a little hot in a draft. Took all the tape off of it. Took a little bit of the ability for the car to suck up away, but still Net Zero Chevrolet is running well. But Hendricks normally does a great job in the motor. For some reason or another, we're having some trouble today.
And Ward normally doing a great job here. He was the owner of the longest active streak at Talladega without a DNF. That ends today at 12. Chris?
Thanks. With Jeff Hammond of the Hollywood Hotel, Dale Jarrett, the leader at the moment of those recent pit stops. Jeff Hammond, Dale Earnhardt Jr. of those top 5 that were recorded. He had the longest stop at 18.4 seconds.
Well, looking there on the replay right there, I got an opportunity to see they have definitely had a problem with the left rear tire changer. That's where all the problems at.
Now, we've seen a number of leaders, more than, 21 so far. So drivers cycling from the back. And what's the pace for this?
I think right now what we're seeing is a very competitive field. For one thing, we see the guys like Dale Jarrett. He led back on lap 36 and got shuffled all the way back to about 40th. So to see these cars being moved front to back, a lot of guys giving and taking. They know they've got fast race cars, but as we get later on in the race, it's going to get more intense yet. So you're going to see a lot more guys probably beating and banging. We've already seen it early on, but I look forward to pick up even more.
Yeah, let's check on Junior's pit stop. Dick Berggren has more. Dick?
Well, I talked to the rear tire changer, Shannon Myers, and he said one hung. And what that means is that one of the 5 lug nuts did not release when he thought he had them all loose, so he tried to pull the wheel last lug nut and pull it off. He came into the pits 9th, went out 15th as a result, Chris.
All right, Sean Myers, no relation here. You're watching NASCAR on Fox, 500 miles at Talladega, speeds up to 199 miles per hour. We'll be back here in just a moment.